The title should be "Side with the Enemies, Ride with the Enemies." Yeah, I see the title. You on YouTube yet? Hmm? Hmm? Is it live? It is. Let me see. Is it live? Is it showing good? All right. Shalom Israel, Yahba Shemel Shabrak Thumb to the brothers, Yah Shamar Lathan by Shemel Shah to the sisters. I'm priest officer of 500 Quran Yalla, and this is the Monday night history class on the Sacramento Israelites page. Salaki on the Sacramento Israelites page. We're gonna get into the topic of the history of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You understand? Siding with the enemies and riding with the enemies against their own people to our destruction. You understand? Throughout history, unfortunately, we have a lot of brothers that actually went against the grain. You understand? To side with the oppressor, ride with the oppressor, and help the oppressor oppress the children of Israel. You understand? People like Martin Luther King. You understand? Jesse Jackson. A lot of these Christian pastors. Uh, and this is not just in these times. You understand? I mean, Salaki, this is not just in this recent history. You understand? But this is uh this is a reoccurring thing in Israel. You understand? Which is unfortunate because if it wasn't for blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians having so many goddamn traitors in our nation, you understand, we would be better off as a people. You understand? But throughout history, we see certain brothers that envy the rest of these nations. You understand that envy the people that's oppressing us, the people that want to devour the children of Israel. You understand? These same people oftentimes, unfortunately, our brothers and sisters, they actually join these people in helping destroy us. You understand? Now, of course, this class is in the wake of the brother down there in Memphis being murdered. You understand? Beat to death by five so-called African American police officers. You understand? Now, black people as a whole probably thinking, well, not probably thinking, they thinking more than likely, like, man, y'all black, he black. Why would you do your own brother like that, or why would you do that to your own people? Which black people have failed to come to grips with the reality of if you come together with your oppressor, you understand, then you have no choice to actually be just like your oppressor, because the oppressor he does not accept anything less. You understand? They don't celebrate like I was just having a conversation with my daughter. You understand? We was riding in Oakland and we was riding up Martin Luther King, right? And my daughter understands who Martin Luther King is, of course, because I'm a priest in the ISUBK. So she understands who Martin Luther King is very differently than the rest of the children in her classroom. You understand? So when she's seen it, you know what I'm saying? My daughter, she's in the fourth grade. So when she's seen the street sign, she asked me a question. She like, Daddy, like, why would they name a street after Martin Luther King? And the reason why she's asking this is because from her father being a priest and prophet in ISUBK and me understanding how much Martin Luther King did to destroy blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians for the oppressor, you understand? She's questioning like why would they look out for this type of individual when he did so much evil towards his own people? You understand? And my answer to her of course, it was simple. You understand? Slakia. Matam ya, ya bashim ya shabarakatah. The water for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? My answer was quite simple. You understand? Me being in the UPK, but it was kind of complex to my daughter, her being so young and her understanding what I taught her as far as the truth about Martin Luther King. And my reply to her was the reason why Martin Luther King has a street in every neighborhood, you understand, is for the simple fact that Martin Luther King, he helped the oppressor so much, you understand, by brainwashing black people into believing that we should integrate with our oppressor. You understand? He helped them so much that it helped destroy our businesses. It helped destroy us being an independent nation of people inside of America. It helped destroy all the prosperity that we had amongst one another, you understand, in our own communities post slavery. You understand? Um, I was explaining to her the reason why they give him a street is because if somebody helps you conquer your enemy, or if somebody makes it easier for you to conquer your enemy, right? Then you, as a person that conquers your enemy, you would show as much gratitude to this person as you can because this person uh, aided you into you winning a victory over another people. You understand? And when I was answering this question, when I was answering her question, she understood where I was coming from, but her being so young, she was actually shocked at it kind of like intrigued her to know that what I told her in the past about Martin Luther King, he actually gets praises for it by white people just because she's so young, you understand? And she don't understand fully the reality of how much Martin Luther King had destroyed black people, you understand, by helping the oppressor oppress the children of Israel, you understand? And that's the same thing that goes on throughout the society. When you get black brothers, Latinos, Native American Indian brothers, when they become a part of the police force, you understand, which was built off of slave patrols. You understand, when they become a part of these police forces, they have to go the extra mile, you understand, to prove to the oppressor, the one that runs that police force that gave them that $100,000 a year job, they have to go the extra mile, you understand, to prove their allegiance and their alliance to that company, you understand, or to this system or to this empire, you understand. So they can reap the benefits of living a better life in this country. You understand? And all of that is just Christianity. Like, like 10 times out of 10, a black man that is a police officer, he goes to church on Sundays. You understand? If he's not out on a patrol, he has a pastor, a so-called spiritual father that indoctrinates Christianity and not only him, you understand, but his whole family, his children, you understand? And when he goes out on patrol, all of that loving your neighbor, you understand, that goes out the window unless you're a Caucasian man. But if you're a black man, you've been trained by your oppressor in order for you to be on this police force to degrade your own people. You understand? You've been trained by your oppressor to actually go with the program of abusing black people. You understand? Playing drugs on black people, being evil and conniving. You understand? And ruthless towards your own kind because that's the system of being a police officer. That's the system of white supremacy. That's the system of America. You understand? And if you don't comply with the rules, you're not fit to be a police officer. This is why I tell brothers and sisters all the time. If you got a black or a Latino or Native American Indian police officer, they way worse than that Caucasian police officer because they have something to prove. You understand? That Caucasian police officer, yeah, of course, he will murder you. You understand? He hates to see you. You understand? He's he has a license to actually do harm to you legally. Of course, you understand? He's an oppressor. This is what he took the job for. You understand? A black person, they might not necessarily have took the job for that same reason. They probably took the job because they figured it was a high paying job. You understand? But when you become a part of that organization or that police force, then you have to abide by the rules. And the rules say we don't care about niggas. The rules say we gonna beat the hell out of niggas, arrest them unjustly. You understand? Be extra forcefully. You understand? When we doing traffic stops. You understand? When we searching these brothers and all of this type of stuff. You understand? And that's what these five brothers. This is what they signed up to be. They signed up to aid their oppressor and oppressing their brothers and sisters just so they can get $100,000 a year job. You understand? Martin Luther King was just like Cesar Chavez, sellouts. Man, hey, Matam Yad, I ain't gonna lie. You not the first person that I heard say that about Cesar Chavez and Barakatai Hawashah. When I get out of this class, I'm gonna look into Cesar Chavez a little bit more because I only know a little bit about Cesar Chavez. You understand? I only know a small amount of information about him, but I will look into Cesar Chavez as soon as I get done with this class. You know what I'm saying? Because is like when I get into the history of Cesar Chavez, and if I find out exactly what you telling me, it ain't just gonna be Martin Luther King being served up as a traitor. You understand? Because it's not just about so-called African American traders. Yeah, of course, we got Latino traders as well. You understand? Native American Indian traders as well. You understand? And they need to be brought to the forefront, just like the rest of these bastards who keep dishing out this punishment up under the hands of their oppressor in order to appease their slave master. You understand? But Salakia, let me get Deuteronomy 7:2. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Madam Yad, the water for the comments. You got any questions, comments? Go ahead and get in the chat. You already know, bro. We gonna rock it out. You understand? I say the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 2. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. You understand? This is Moses telling the children of Israel, when we go inherit this land of Canaan, you understand? When we go live in a land that the Lord gave to Abraham, that the Lord gave to Isaac, that the Lord gave to Jacob, that the Lord gave to the Israelites for us to possess it, you understand? We're supposed to go over there and utterly destroy them. You understand? We're supposed to show no mercy unto them and make no covenant with them. You understand? We're not supposed to come together with these other nations. You understand? A Caucasian man cannot be your goddamn friend according to the Bible. You understand? You're not supposed to make no covenant with him. And these brothers that join these police forces, you do exactly what the Lord you did exactly the opposite of what the Lord told you. You're making a covenant with your damn slave master. You understand? You're making a covenant with the people that oppress your people, with the people that slaughter you, with the people that raped, robbed, and murdered your ancestors in order for them to get a leg up in the world to rule the society on planet Earth unjustly. That's what you do by signing up to be a goddamn police officer. You understand? You are aiding these goddamn oppressors in oppressing your people further. You understand? Like, I don't know how a black, Latino, or Native American Indian police officer can sleep at night. You understand? Black Lives Matter movement was built off of black people being murdered unjustly by police officers. You understand? And now you choose to join this same force thinking that you can combat the crime that's been done against us within, which you know good and goddamn well. Soon as you pass the academy and you put on that uniform, it's business as usual. The only difference is they got a goddamn black person now to actually do a lot of their dirty work. You understand? Like, you got a lot of these sergeants that's Caucasian men, you understand? And it's secret societies that's going on within these police forces. You understand? And they sit back and look at these black police officers like, man, look, yeah, he ain't really with this like how we with it. You understand? He ain't really take the oath like us and really actually believe in it. And a lot of these brothers understand that there are secret societies in these police forces. You understand? And they don't report them. You understand? They don't try to combat the crime that they do against blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You understand? They want to be a part of the inner circle as well. You understand? So what do? They go harder when they see black men on the streets. You understand? They beat you to death. You understand? Just like the oppressor wants you to do, because they trying to please their slave master, and they really not trying to change anything about the system from within the inside. They envying their oppressor, you understand? And they choosing his ways. Let me get Proverbs 3 and 31 in a second. You understand? And this is the reason why a lot of these brothers join these organizations, is because it's not really to combat crime against us. It's really that they want to be just like their oppressor. You understand? They jealous of the freedom that they have with being able to do whatever the hell they want to, just because they have a gun and a badge. You understand? These police officer jobs, especially in these inner cities, places like Oakland, you understand, places like Philadelphia, places like Sacramento, places like Los Angeles, New York, the Brooks, the Bronx, Brooklyn, you understand, Queens. When you go into these inner cities and in these ghettos, you understand, Liberty City down there in Florida, Opelika, you understand? The west side of Atlanta. You understand? The east side of Atlanta. All of these different places where you got a high concentrated population of black people. A lot of these police officers that work in these areas, they get big paychecks. You understand? And if you really think about it, a lot of these places, they always hiring new police officers. You understand? You see big billboards in all of these major cities: Oakland Police Department, Atlanta Police Department, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, now hiring. You understand? And people is coming to get these goddamn jobs. You understand? Because they know they don't really have to do too much to actually obtain the job. You understand? And they can make a whole lot of money. You understand? Just running around wreaking havoc on our communities. And it's evil and disgusting. And a lot of these people don't understand, right? Back in the when and during the roaring 20s, you understand, the 1930s and all of this type of stuff. A lot of these white boys that ended up becoming police officers around that same time, these was poor white boys. These was white boys that was going through the Great Depression. You understand? These white boys didn't know where their next meal was coming from. Now, naturally, you understand, if a white man is poor, or if a white man don't have exactly what the hell he wants, we can look throughout history and see the track record of white men. You understand? And when they don't have something that they want, they will murder and kill for it. You understand? They will steal it. They will rob you for it. They will take you for it. You understand? This is why you got people like Billy the Kid, Bonnie and Clyde. You understand? John Dillinger. All of these different prominent figures that was actually white men running around America wreaking havoc on this place. Look at the Italian mafia, the Jewish mafia. These people are base men. You know what I'm saying? Low level men. At their core, you understand, in their heart, in their mind, in their soul, because the Lord created them to be evil and wicked. You understand? In order for excuse me, to combat a lot of this crime that these Caucasian men was wreaking on the United States, you understand? They had to allow a lot of these Caucasian men to actually be police officers. They basically gave them a goddamn license to do criminal activity. You understand? Uh, was that on Salakia? Was that on Prohibition time? Let me see. I think Prohibition was what? I believe so, Matamia. I believe Prohibition was around the time of the 1930s and the 40s. You understand? Yeah, around that time. And like I was saying, a lot of these Caucasian men, you understand, in order for America to stop them from committing crimes naturally, they gave them guns and badges and allowed them to be police officers, because instead of Caucasian men arresting black men and beating the hell out of black men, you understand, and robbing black people for their goddamn money because they got a gun and a badge and killing us unjustly. If they were not allowed to be licensed criminals, and if they were not allowed to have a certain target, you understand, that they go out and look for every goddamn day. You understand when they come up with the what's the word I'm looking for? Early in the morning before they go out, they have the meeting to show you what they looking to do for the day. You understand? If they didn't have that system in place, then white men will be robbing banks in America. You understand? White men would be raping all different type of women in America. You understand? White men will go after the federal banks, you understand, the credit unions, all of these places where they know they can get some real money from, you understand, they would be knocking over all of these stores and robbing banks and doing all type of criminal acts, you understand, if America did not allow them to be police officers in vast numbers. You understand? Because it's in their nature to be criminals. You understand? So in order to combat white men wreaking havoc on the American public, they give you a gun and a badge and allow you to wreak havoc on a black community, on a Latino community. You understand? On a Native American Indian community. You understand? Because we the less we the undesirables here in this country. You understand? America knows that. Look, black people, yeah. Latinos, yeah. Native American Indians, yeah. Yeah, we know they built this country. Yeah, the Latinos and natives, this is originally their country. You understand? But we own this now. We run this country now. So we need to make it easier for our people and more feasible for a Caucasian man that grew up in a goddamn trailer home or that grew up in a farm somewhere that dirt piss poor. We need to make it feasible for him to be able to be on top of black people. You understand? By any means necessary. But we don't want him to just be a criminal because black people really ain't got too much money for white people to actually get from them. You understand? So we could just pay him to keep these niggas in check. You understand? In order for him to not rob banks, you understand? And in order for him to not jump out with a Tommy gun and be involved in organized crime on a mass scale, you understand? We'll give him a gun and a badge and we'll let him oppress black people and we'll pay him good money for it. You understand? And these black police officers, they know good and goddamn well that's exactly what a police officer is about. You understand? That's what the job of policing is all about. It's about oppressing black people, about oppressing Latinos and Native American Indians. You understand? That's solely the purpose of being a police officer. Like I just said earlier, you understand? The police department or the police force was founded on slave patrols. You understand? That same badge that the police officers have right now, well, they had those back in the times of blacks being in slavery, you understand, and being in physical bondage to these Caucasians in this empire. They had the same damn badge. Instead of just saying OPD or San Francisco Police Department or Richmond Police Department or Philadelphia, you understand, or Miami or Chicago or New York, you understand, it said slave patrol, you understand, and that's where all of this comes from. And by our people actually joining with this slave patrol, you have to do exactly what the slave patrol does, which is catch and kill niggas. You understand? And you getting a good glimpse of reality right now. Like these brothers, they didn't give a damn about that brother's life. You understand? They didn't give a damn about if the brother had kids or none of that. They give a damn about oppressing, I mean, Salakia, appeasing a slave master, pleasing a slave master, and actually showing the slave master that they are forward in actually oppressing the children of Israel and actually believing in America just so they can be accepted, so they can stay on the job, so they can keep making money and sending their kids through college and live a so-called better life. You understand? That's what's going on, right? Salakia. Let me get Luke 3 and 14. This is Luke 3 and 14. This is what John the Baptist prescribed. You understand? John the Baptist was the older cousin of our King Yahushua Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. You understand? And John the Baptist, he was in a wilderness prophesying. You understand? Telling the children of Israel to repent. Telling the children of Israel, man, look, You can't keep living like your slave master. You can't keep living like your oppressor. You understand? You got to come back to your law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Because I'm just baptizing you with water. But the brother that comes after me, I'm not even worthy enough of tying his shoes. You understand? I baptize you with water. He's going to baptize you with fire and the Holy Spirit. You understand? Meaning you're going to be tried like you're going to be refined like fine gold. You understand? Because when you get gold, right, and you want to make that gold in the purest form, they put it in a refinery and burn all the impurities off of it. You understand? And that's what Christ did. Christ came on the scene to actually make following the law harder so he can prove you to God. You understand? I'm going to read this. Salakia, the book of John. No, Salakia, I want Luke. Luke 3 and 14. Excuse me. The book of Luke, chapter 3 and verse 14. And the soldiers likewise demanded of him, saying, what shall we do? These is Roman soldiers. You understand? Mind you, these brothers are Israelites. You understand? These is blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians. You understand? These is Haitians, Jamaicans, so-called African Americans. They coming to John and asking him well, what should we do? You understand? We seeing that you preaching that you teaching that Christ is coming. You understand? And he's coming to try us through the fire. You understand? We need to repent. You know what I'm saying? What should we do? Give us a better understanding on us being soldiers and how we supposed to live as far as treating our people better, coming back to these law, statutes, and commandments, and living righteously. Yeah, I'm a soldier, but this just pays my bills. You understand? This is my job for the time being. So if you telling me to repent, then what should I do? You understand? And this is what John said to him. And he said unto them, do violence to no man. You understand? If these brothers that was police officers, they understood, man, matter of fact, Shalaki, big shout out to General Hazayan. You understand? If y'all don't know General Hazayan was a part of the SWAT team in Philadelphia. You understand? General Haas, he had a big major position in the police force in Philadelphia. You understand? But the difference between General Haas and what these five brothers did was General Haas understood brotherhood even being on the police force. You understand? Like if General Haas was one of these soldiers and he came to John and they was like, man, matter of fact, Salakia, let's just look at it like this, right? I'm gonna use General Haas, right? And this story, and the equivalent of this story is, imagine Commanding General Yohana is telling you, yeah, hey, brother, you know what I'm saying? Come to class. You understand? We'll get you right. We'll tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you right. We will expose you to the knowledge that you're not privy of, you being in the world and being a police officer, and you not knowing that you're an Israelite. You understand? Now, these brothers understood what John was saying. You understand? Now, General Haas understood what Commander General Yohana was saying. But the difference is Commander General Yohana, he rose with Christ. Remember, John, he basically denied Christ after a while. You understand? He was in denial that Christ was the one that actually was supposed to come save the children of Israel. You understand? He began to doubt Christ. You understand? Commander General Yohana never doubted Christ. Commander General Yohana rose with Christ. Commander General Yohana does exactly what Christ told him to do. You understand? And imagine General Haas being one of these soldiers. You understand? And John the Baptist was actually a brother that actually never denied Christ, and he did everything that Christ told him to do. You understand? General Haas fell up under the leadership of Commanding General Yohana because Commanding General Yohana understood brotherhood. He taught it to General Haas, and General Haas, him understanding brotherhood, he left the police force. You understand? He felt in his soul, you understand? The Lord put it on his spirit that, look, man, whatever is going on with this police force, however much money you can make annually, you understand, and whatever happened in this police force, you need to understand that that's not your calling in life. Your calling in life is to actually follow this brother, Commander General Yohana. You understand? Come up under his tutelage, do exactly what the hell he tells you to do, and learn brotherhood for your own people. And that's what General Hines did. You understand? General Hines grabbed hold to this book of life. He left that police force, and Barakatai Yahweh Shah, he one of the great generals in this ISUBK up under Commander General Yana. You understand what I'm saying? But get back into this. Luke 3 and 14. And the soldiers likewise demanded unto him, saying, and what shall we do? And he said unto them, do violence to no man. Now, if these five brothers understood what we teach in the ISUBK, if they understood that uh, actually serving the Lord is about having brotherhood for your own people, first of all, they would have never beat the hell out of this brother, you understand, and took his life from him unjustly. Second, they probably would have never even been in that situation because they probably would have left the police force altogether to come serve their people, to come serve their brothers. You understand what I'm saying? Reading on. And he said unto them, do violence to no man, neither accuse any falsely. So he said, look, don't go out there abusing brothers. Don't be going out there on traffic stops and beating the hell out of brothers or shooting and killing brothers. You understand? He says, and excuse me, neither accuse any falsely. Don't put false trumped up charges on brothers. Don't accuse brothers of something that they didn't do. Don't plant drugs or a goddamn weapon on them. You understand? Have some integrity when you doing your job as a soldier. You understand? Don't go around just beating on people and planting drugs on them and them in jail for reasons that's not true. You understand? verse uh verse 14 at the end, and be content with your wages, and don't be doing routine traffic stops, and the brother might got a little bit too much money on him, and you just take him his money and let him go about his way, or take him to jail for false trumped up charges, you understand, and accusing him of stuff that he didn't do, planting drugs on him, you understand, abusing him, and then taking him to jail and taking all his goddamn money from him, and it don't end up on his personal property. You understand? Don't do that. This is what John told these Roman soldiers, these brothers. You understand? These so-called African Americans, or these brothers that's Haitians or Levites. You understand? He told them how to live righteously, even though they have to do a job of being a goddamn Roman soldier. You understand? If these brothers would have heard the teachings of Commander General Yana, you understand, the ISUBK from the brothers down there in Memphis, you understand, then they would have understood that, nah, look, we're not supposed to handle this brother in this way. We're not supposed to beat the hell out of this brother trying to appeal to the slave master and get in his good graces. They would have understood brotherhood instead of being selfish. This is why the Christian church is the worst place that any black, Latino, or Native American Indian can actually fix their eyes on. You understand? Christianity is worse than a drug dealer. Christianity Christianity breeds black police officers that want to show out for their oppressor and beat the hell out of a brother in the process of doing it. So like, yeah, he the one that got his head cut off. Yeah, kind of. John the Baptist was beheaded. You understand? He was beheaded. You can read about that. I forget. Slovakia. Yeah, but of course, John was beheaded. You understand? Forget which book that's in. You understand? But John was very much so beheaded due to him basically telling his sister that she was out of pocket for having a sexual relationship with her husband's physical brother. You understand? He told her she was out of pocket for her committing adultery. You understand? So she was beheaded. I mean, he was beheaded for that. Excuse me. You understand? But Salakia, let me get the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 12 and verse 10. And the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10, that verse is a heavy verse. You understand? Because first of all, you have to understand what the Lord wants you to do in you having brotherhood for your own nation. You understand? You have to understand that the Lord is a separatist. The Lord wants the children of Israel to be amongst the children of Israel. You understand? And this is what's wrong with these Christian churches. These Christian churches don't tell you the truth about God. You understand? And the simple fact that the Christian church tells you that you should come together and God loves everybody, this is the sole reason why this brother got killed by brothers of his own nation. You understand? Because they didn't have the concept of brotherhood. They didn't have the concept of the Lord is not with inclusion. They didn't have the concept of the Lord being a separatist. You understand? So that being said, since they don't have the concept of the Lord being a separatist and the Lord wants the children of Israel to deal with the children of Israel, they chose the way of life that will get them in the oppressor's good graces. You understand? To put them in a better position for them to make a lot of money in this empire, and they killed their own brother just to do it. You understand? This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. You understand? The Lord said you should never trust your enemy. You shouldn't trust him at all. You understand? When you at work and you at that goddamn water fountain and some Caucasian man walk up to you like, yeah, hey Brian, you know what I'm saying? We going to Applebee's after work on Friday, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get some food and everybody's gonna get drinks and we're gonna have a good time, man. You wanna roll out with us? I advise you to say, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. I got something else to do. You ain't gotta be rude like, nah, I don't kick it with you white crackers and you devils. You ain't gotta do all of that. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is be like, nah, man, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to know that you don't trust him. You understand? But you know that you don't trust him. You know that you going out to go drink with these people. You understand? You might get into some stuff to where you might end up in jail behind something that one of these damn Caucasians do. Or they might get you so drunk out of your goddamn mind, take you to the woods somewhere and slaughter you and murder you. You understand? This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10, from the top. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You understand? Never trust your enemy. Because iron is going to rust, and so is your enemy's wickedness towards you. It's going to be seen. You understand? You are going to feel the wrath of your enemy not giving a damn about you soon as you trust him. Well, it's like not soon as you trust him, but sooner or later you're going to find out how much your enemy don't give a damn about you. You understand? And these brothers, they gonna find out how much the enemy don't give a damn about them. Because I guarantee you, they going to jail for this. They're going to jail for murder. You understand? Damn devil. You understand? On the police force, he can slaughter you all day long. You understand? He either gets acquitted of the murder, you understand, gets time served for the murder, or they say it was a righteous killing, or it was a justified killing. You understand? They barely even tried him for murder. But these five brothers, oh, y'all going down in history. You understand? Because you trust your enemies. You understand? And he's going to make an example out of you and show you how much his wickedness is towards you. He's going to show you how much he hates you. You know what I'm saying? Mark my words. They're going to be tried and convicted. You understand? And they not gonna get no slap on the wrist. 10, 20 years or justified homicide or time served. That's not happening at all. They going down in history. You understand? Like they gonna come up with a name for them, the whatever five. You understand? I don't know what name they gonna put on it, but mark my words, it's going to happen. You understand? Because they trusted in their enemy's system. They trusted in their enemy's way of life. You understand? And what happened? They murdered their own brother in that process, and now they gonna reap the benefits of getting life in prison. You understand? For trusting their goddamn enemy, for thinking that they can do what he can, for thinking that they can do what he does. You understand? Slacking. In Proverbs 3 and 31. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. You know what I'm saying? The Lord told the children of Israel we should not envy our oppressors, nor choose any of his ways. You understand? These brothers envied their oppressor. They envied the power that white police officers have. They envied the power that a badge and a gun would get them. You understand? Like it's ridiculous for any black man, Latino or Native American Indian, you understand, to believe that if you join a so-called police force or organization that's ran by white people, you understand, and you on board with their politics and you on board with what's going on, you understand? Salakia, can you write the scripture down, Baba Kashah, so I can take notes? What scripture you want, Matam Yad? The one that I just said? Paraphrase it for me in the chat, and then I'll give it to you so you can write it down. You understand? Yeah, but these brothers, they envied their oppressor, you understand, and chose his ways, you understand, and wanted to be, okay, the one I just read, that's Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Proverbs 3 and verse 31. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call them out a couple of times so you can get them out them yard. Right. These brothers envy their oppressor. You understand? Choose his ways. You understand? They envy their oppressor. Your oppressor that has a gun in the bag, he got a license to kill black people. You understand? He got a license to do whatever the hell he wants to. Police officers feel that they above the law. You understand? And these brothers, they know this about Caucasian police officers. And what did they do? They joined that police officer. They joined that police officer and the police force in general because they envied their oppressor. You understand? Reading on, verse 31, middle of verse 31. And choose none of his ways, and don't choose his ways. You understand? The ways of the oppressor are totally against God. Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Hashem Yahweh Shai says the water for tapping in. You understand? The ways of your oppressor are contrary to how the Lord wants the children of Israel to live. You understand? Your oppressor, this is why we call him the oppressor. This is why the Lord calls him the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's a liar. He's a deceiver, which the Lord tells us in Exodus the 20th chapter. We ain't supposed to lie. You understand? He deceives people. You understand? He's a murderer. Exodus 20 again. You understand? Matter of fact, let me get it. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 13. Thou shalt not kill. Now, when you look in the original Hebrew, it don't say thou shalt not kill. It says no murder. You understand? Because murdering somebody and killing somebody is two different things. You understand? To murder somebody is to take their life unjustly. You understand? Without a cause. Like you can kill your goddamn animals and eat them. You understand? How like we not permitted to eat anything that dies of itself. You understand? So we supposed to kill our animals and eat them. You understand? The Lord don't want us to be suckers. So if somebody is coming at you in a violent manner, you have a right to defend yourself, thus saith the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? But the Lord says, do not murder. These racist police officers, they murdered the children of Israel day in and day out in his empire. You understand? Jump down to verse 15. Thou shalt not steal. You understand? Caucasian men, women, and children, they reap the benefits today off of their ancestors, their forefathers, stealing, robbing, pillaging. You understand? Verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. And they lie on us with these trumped up charges. You understand? They plant drugs on us. You understand? They plant guns on us. They do all of this nonsense to the children of Israel. These are the ways of the oppressor. This is why the Lord is telling us not to do this, because this is how these other nations live. This is how the man that became the face of this country, when the face of this country used to be a so-called Indian chieftain with a crown of feathers on his head. Now the face of this country is a goddamn Caucasian white man with not a speck of hair on his face, you understand, in a suit, right? With millions and billions of dollars in the bank, and he coming up with so many plans and trickery in these board meetings to keep the children of Israel oppressed and under his feet daily. You understand? That's your oppressor. That's who you envy when you choose to be a police officer. That's who you envy when you choose to be a pastor, a preacher. You understand? When you choose to indulge in American politics, that's who you envy. You understand? And the Lord said, don't envy him and don't choose none of his ways. By envying the oppressor and choosing his ways, these five brothers, they beat the hell out of this one brother, murdered him, you understand? And then they gonna be tried and convicted. I guarantee it. You understand? If they don't get convicted, man, look, say I'm wrong. Say I don't know what I'm talking about. But they are not going to let up on these five black brothers that murdered this other brother because what they can do, you understand, it's not something that we can do. The brother Finesse two times said it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. You absolutely correct that it's a problem when you do it because the Lord don't want you to be like the oppressor. You understand? Slovakia. You get well, I won't. Let me go back to the Apocrypha. Get the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. Slovakia. We'll wait for that. Get the book of First Kings, chapter 21. This is the book of First Kings, chapter 21 and verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard which was in Jezreel, hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria. You understand? Yabashim Yawashabarakatah, Hollywood Israelites. What's going on, Adawanya? The water for y'all tapping in. I definitely appreciate it. So this brother King Ahab, right? King Ahab was married to a heathen woman. She was a Canaanite, I believe. She was a Philistine. Her name was Jezebel. You understand? And Jezebel, she had the spirit on her to want to run the children of Israel. You understand? She wanted to be in charge over her husband. You understand? Which, when you read in Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter and the 3rd verse, the Lord does not want us to marry these heathen women. You understand? But King Ahab, him envying the people that was oppressing us at the time. You understand? He took this dog to be his goddamn wife. And what she did was so evil. You understand? She slaughtered the prophets of the Lord. You understand? She wreaked havoc over the children of Israel by trying to force us to follow their gods. You understand? And when King Ahab married this goddamn heathen, he joined in, you understand, on Salakia, Canaanites or Hamites, right? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Canaanites or Hamites. The Canaanites today would be so-called South Africans. The Africans that's Nelson Mandela would be a prominent figure of South Africa. You understand? He's a Canaanite. You understand? Yeah, but absolutely, those are Hamites, right? But Salakia, King Ahab, him marrying this woman, you understand, and him taking on the ways of these Canaanites, you understand? This is what destroyed the children of Israel. This allowed her to force their God on us. This allowed her to kill the prophets, you understand? And this has allowed her to be pivotal in this situation that I'm about to read about right now, right? So Naboth the Jezreelite, he had a vineyard that was very close to King Ahab's palace. You understand? Verse 2. And Ahab spoke unto Naboth, saying, give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house, and I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. Or if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money. You understand? The Lord, it's like not the Lord, but King Ahab. So he hollered in the Bible like, man, look, I got a proposition for you. You got a vineyard by my house. Let me get that from you. I'll pay you for it. If you don't want the money for it, I'll give you a better vineyard. You understand? Mm, the Book of Jasher is toilet paper, 1968. The Book of Jasher is a book about the Book of Jasher. It's not the original Book of Jasher. You understand? Salakia though. Verse 3. And the Bible said to Ahab, the Lord forbidded me that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee. So Naboth was like, basically like, nah, brother, I can't do it. This is a family heirloom that is near and dear to my household. You understand? It was passed down from our forefathers. I can't give it to you. This is a piece of our inheritance. You understand? Verse 4. And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken to him. For he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my fathers. And he laid him down upon his bed and turned away his face and would eat no bread. You understand? So King Ahab was in depression about this vineyard because he really wanted it bad. And Naboth, he just couldn't do it. You understand? He wouldn't give it away to him because it was near and dear to his heart because this was a piece of his heritage. You understand? A piece of his inheritance. It was passed down to him from his fathers. You understand? And it was something special to him, so he couldn't give it to Naboth. I mean, Salakia, to Ahab for any given amount of money or a better vineyard. You understand? Verse 5. But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread? And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard. And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, dost thou not, Salakia, dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise and eat bread, and let thine heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite. You understand? So Jezebel, her having the spirit of uh, a goddamn African woman, you understand, trying to rule over her damn husband, which this is not the spirit of our sisters, you understand, because this is a goddamn heathen woman. She like, man, look, man, get up. Stop acting like a sucker. You understand? I'm gonna get the vineyard for you. You know what I'm saying? Get up and eat you some bread and chill out. I got this for you. You understand? So she took charge in going to go get this vineyard that Naboth told this brother that he was not selling it to him. You understand? Verse 8. So she wrote letters in Ahab's name and sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters unto the elders and to the nobles that were in his city dwelling with Naboth. And she wrote in the letter saying, proclaim a fast and set Naboth on high among the people, and set two men, sons of Belial, before him to bear witness against him, saying, thou didst blaspheme God and the king, and then carry him out and stone him that he may die. You understand? So this evil, nasty broad then devised a plan to kill a righteous brother, you understand, of the children of Israel, just to give her husband, the king over Israel, you understand? Mm. Just to give the king over Israel his vineyard, you understand? And what happened when we read into the story, she actually, I'm gonna read on, Salakia. Jezebel will be like a Kardashian today. Um, would she be like a Kardashian today? Let me see. Let me see. I wouldn't say that, Matamya. I wouldn't say that. She'd be like a Kardashian today. Not necessarily. The reason why I wouldn't say that she wouldn't be like a Kardashian today, because them Kardashian bras, they haven't. You can say that in the sense, But I wouldn't say that a Kardashian. I wouldn't say that she like Kardashian because the Kardashians they Edomites. Number one, Jezebel she was a Hamite. You understand? Now, do the Kardashians want to rule over black men? I wouldn't say that they want to rule over black men, but what I would say is they're very fond of black men, and they uh they want to get what they can get out of black men to benefit them. If you catch my drift, you understand? They want the money, they want the lifestyle, they want the black man's ride, they want all of this type of stuff, but they not necessarily pitting they not necessarily getting black men killed, you understand, in order to benefit another black man. So now I wouldn't say that, you understand? Let me see. Brother, I'm trying to help you, but you are a part of the prophets of Baal who Elijah had to destroy for disrespecting God. Yeah, brother, I don't know what type of weed you smoke and all of that, but you got to cut it out. Jezebel is Beyonce. Jezebel is Beyonce. 1968, bro. I don't know what you be into, man. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep reading on, right? Uh Salakia. Verse 11. And the men of the city, even the elders and the nobles who were the inhabitants in his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto him. Must be high. Yeah, Mr. Bob Marley is back. Salakia, my bad, y'all. Salakia. Verse 13. And there came in two men. Oh, Salakia, verse 11. And the men of the city, even the elders and the nobles who were the inhabitants in his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto him, and as it was written in the letters which she had sent unto them. They proclaimed a fast and set Naboth on high among the people. And there came in two men, children of Belial, and sat before him. And the men of Belial witnessed against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth did blaspheme God and the king. Then they carried him forth out of the city and stoned him with stones that he died. Verse 14. Then they sent to Jezebel, saying, Naboth is stoned and is dead. And it came to pass when Jezebel heard that Naboth was stoned and was dead, that Jezebel said to Ahab, Arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite, which he refused to give thee for money. For Naboth is not alive, but dead. Now it came to pass when Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, that Ahab rose up to go down to the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite to take possession of it. You understand? Let me see. Is this what I want? Right. So basically, you understand? Basically, the plan that she devised against Naboth, it fell through. This brother got killed. You understand? All because King Ahab married this goddamn heathen woman and allowed her religion, allowed her heathenistic Canaanite way of lifestyle to flourish amongst the children of Israel. So this brother Naboth, he lost his life, you understand, for this possession. And when she devised this plan, and this brother was actually killed in order to get his vineyard taken from him, you understand? She went to go tell King Ahab exactly what happened. You understand? And what King Ahab did, he got up and he went to go take the possession of his brother. You understand? Because King Ahab didn't give a damn about his own people. He cared about marrying unto the oppressor. You understand? He cared about being with this wicked woman, you understand, and accepting her way of life. And it didn't matter whether anyone died. You understand? In order for him to obtain what he wanted. This is the same spirit that these brothers that these police officers was in Memphis. You understand? The same spirit. They didn't give a damn about killing their own. They didn't give a damn about killing their own brother. You understand? A brother that comes from the same city, the same background as them, that's the same nationality of people as them. They didn't give a damn about none of that. They cared about that white man giving them a fat paycheck at the end of the week. You understand? Or at the end of the month, or however many times police officers get paid. You understand? And this brother Naboth lost his life just like this brother down there in Memphis lost his life because you allowed heathens to alter your mind into you believing that you should love your goddamn enemy and your brother gets murdered because of it. You understand? What's a lot? I'm gonna drop that. We get John chapter 19 in the New Testament. Some more sellout busted brothers. Yep, you're absolutely correct, sis. Absolutely correct. You understand? Like it's disgusting. It's evil. You understand? These brothers, and this is why we call them sellouts. You understand? These house Negroes. You understand? Because you would literally sell out your own people in order to eat at your oppressor's table in order to obtain what your not even what your oppressor has, but just a taste of what he has. You understand? Or the idea that you can actually be like your oppressor. These brothers was willing to kill their own goddamn brother. You understand? I realized that modern day cops use the Spartan symbol. And you might be right, Madam Yad. I never even thought about that. Speaking of the Spartans, that's Rome, right? We're gonna get into this Roman Empire. The book of John, chapter 19. It is so evil. You're so right, sir. Can't stand those types of brothers, jealous, envious of the next brother, trying to get ahead, selling his soul for a piece of bread. Now, you absolutely correct, sis. You understand? And this is that's the embodiment of Christianity. You understand? Christians are Christians are they like the minions of the slave master. You understand? Christians are so evil and disgusting in this, right? You can't find brotherhood in Christianity. I'm gonna give y'all a quick example, then I'm gonna read this scripture. You can't find brotherhood in Christianity, right? I don't know if y'all familiar with the BMF series. You understand? Me personally, of course, it's it's about Big Meech, the Black Mafia family, and them selling drugs and their empire being built. Right now, of course, it's something that we should not indulge in being drug dealers and all this type of stuff. Of course, it's not going to influence me being in the truth to actually try to go build a Fortune 500 with selling whatever type of drug is on the market today. You understand? I don't watch it for inspirational purposes. I watch these type of documentaries or these type of series in order to see the history, you understand, of things that happened that I was not privy to, or to watch the history and be entertained a little bit. You understand? But in the last episode of BMF, right? They got they was in church. Big Meech was shot in the previous episode, right? So the pastor played by Snoop Dogg, he is he's the pastor of the church, but he has a personal relationship with Big Meech's father and mother. Like he comes to their house, he eat food with them. You know what I'm saying? He got a real good relationship with them. So at the end of the church sermon, he was like, "Man, let everybody bow their heads and pray for the sister because her son just got shot." Talking about Big Meech, you understand, him being shot and him being in the hospital and being in a messed up position. So as soon as they get to bow their heads to pray, a lot of the older women and the older brothers, they got up in the church and they walked out the building. So Big Me's mama, she lifted up her head and she see people exiting the building, right? Now when she sees people exiting the building, she get up and get mad and start basically charging people for the crimes that they have committed and the sins that they do. She got up and told one sister, man, look, I know your husband be buying prostitutes, but I still supported you and I pray that he'll get that demon off him. She said something to another sister, something to another sister, something to another sister. And I'm saying all that to say this. To be a damn Christian, you understand, it's not about fixing yourself. It's not about having brotherhood for your people. You understand? It's not about having sisterhood for your people. It's about being selfish. It's about, okay, I know all of y'all people did this type of stuff, but I still stood here and prayed for them. And now y'all can't pray for my son because he just got shot because y'all know that he's a drug dealer. Shame on y'all. You understand? That's what being a Christian is about. Being a Christian is not about actually having love for your people. Being a Christian is not about struggling with your people. It's not about actually trying to come up with a solution on how y'all can better the community or better the situation for the brothers and sisters that you're around and you labor amongst every day. You understand? Being a Christian is totally the opposite of that. It's about jealousy. It's about envy. It's about conniving works. You understand? It's about getting over on your own people. It's about talking behind people's back. It's about backstabbing people. You understand? It's about all manner of selfishness. You understand? And this is what happens in our community when we put the fate of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indian hands. When we put the fate of their lives in the hands of these Christian pastors, you understand, who only get their doctrine from the slave master, who only get their ways of life and the 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 type of lifestyle and the type of activities they indulge in, they get all of this from the slave master. You understand? So if you got people that indulge in the same things as the slave master, what's going to be reciprocated is other people that follow this person getting down just like how the slave master get down. You understand? So you're never going to find no solution to the problem in the Christian church. You're never going to find no brotherhood and sisterhood in the Christian church. They're not going to tell you God's laws. They're not going to tell you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. They're going to tell you to pray for each other, pay your tithes, come as you are, and Jesus loves you just how you is, and God died for everybody. You understand? But Salakia. This is the book of John, chapter 19 and verse 1. Then Pilate took their Salakia. Then Pilate therefore took Jesus and scourged him. And the soldiers planted a crown of thorns and put it on his head, and they put on him a purple robe and said, Hail, King of the Jews. They smote him with their hands. You understand? These evil bastards up under Pontius Pilate, of course, they finna take Christ to go be crucified. You understand? They going to go take Christ to go hang him on a goddamn cross because he came up against the Roman Empire, because he came up against the ways of being a goddamn Caucasian. You understand? He came up against our people actually spiritually marrying ourselves unto our oppressors. And in turn, the Lord, our Lord, or our King, I mean, you understand? He was actually taken to be killed. And what they did was they made a mockery of him. Instead of putting a crown of gold on his head, they put a crown of thorns on his head. They put a goddamn purple robe on him. You understand? They beat him. They spit on him. You understand? They said, look, hail, King of the Jews. They made a mockery of him. You understand? Just like they made sport out of Samson. They did the same thing to Christ, even worse. You understand? Verse verse 4. Pilate therefore went forth again and said unto them, Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know, that ye may know that I find no fault in him. You understand? Even Pontius Pilate was like, look, this dude is not guilty. You understand? He was having mercy on Christ. You understand? But you wicked, evil bastards out of that goddamn Christian church, who was the same people that the same spirit that was on these damn niggas back then. Excuse my French, but I said niggas on purpose. You understand? This is the same spirit that niggas had back then, not wanting Christ to rule over them. You understand? Not wanting to change your ways, not wanting to alleviate yourself from being a part of your slave master's empire. You understand? Not wanting to separate yourself and coming together with your own nation. You are the same niggas that did this to Christ back in these times. You understand? It says, I'm gonna read that again, verse 4. Pilate therefore went forth again and saith unto them, Behold, I bring him forth to you, that ye may know that I find no fault in him. Then came Christ forth, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe, and Pilate saith unto them, Behold the man. You understand? So you're like, look, this the dude that we find no fault in him. But y'all put a crown of thorns on his head, y'all beating him and spitting on him and put this gay purple robe on him. You understand? Well, I'm telling you, I ain't find no fault in him. He not guilty to me. You understand? Uh, verse 6. When the chief priests, therefore, and officers saw him, they cried out, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, Take ye him and crucify him, for I find no fault in him. So Pontius Pilate, like, look, bro, I ain't finna kill him. I ain't want nothing to do with this. Y'all want him dead, y'all take him and y'all crucify him. You understand? And these are Israelites that is saying this about Christ. You understand? The same goddamn spirit that these 5 police officers had against their brother. You understand that they beat to a goddamn pope. You understand? And beat him to death. You understand? This is the same spirit that these brothers had on them, just like these brothers and sisters had on them when they were saying, kill Christ. You understand? Salakia, can I get an understanding how Yahushua was tempted? Was it a demon or literally Satan when he was in the wilderness? Okay, Christ, it's just like today, right? Like Matam Yah, understand this, right? We're in the truth, right? Of course, we've been in the world. You understand? A lot of us used to be drug dealers, drug addicts, gang members. You understand? Murderers, anything that was up under the sun. Everybody in the ISUBK, either one time or another. You understand? We come from different walks of life. You understand? So imagine you being in the truth. You zealous for the school. You understand? You keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You make it a point to be at every high holy day. You understand? You study. You understand? You're in the truth, right? But then you walk past some people and they smoking some weed, and the weed kind of still smell good to you. And you thinking, damn, I remember when I used to get high. It wouldn't hurt just to go ahead and smoke me a little bit of weed. And you actually act on that. That's being tempted. You understand? You seeing it, you seeing this weed being smoked, you smell this weed being smoked. That's what's tempting you to get high. You understand? This is not actually Satan physically in his face. This is Christ wrestling with his own mind. You understand? This is Christ wrestling with man, look, I'm the king, man. I can have anything I want. I'm hungry right now. I know I'm on a fast, so I could just go ahead and turn these rocks into bread, you feel me? Because I'm the king. I could do that. You understand? Oh, the Lord is with me. Man, I could jump off this goddamn building. Like Christ was contemplating suicide. You understand? That's what was on him. It was a demon on him. You understand? It was him wrestling with his own thoughts and his own mind and have to conquer those voices in his head, which is just your own voices. It's just your own thoughts. You understand? Most High Christ, Madam Yad, I pray that answered your question. But Salakia, verse 7, the Jews answered him, we have a law, and by our law he ought to die because he made himself the Son of God. You understand? Them misquoting the scriptures, you understand, not knowing the breakdowns of the Bible. They saying, look, we got a law. He made himself the Son of God. When Christ was if somebody walked up to Christ and was like, you're the Son of God, he'd be like, man, you said that, but don't tell nobody else. Christ never boasted who he was. You understand? Verse 8, when Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was the more afraid. So he got more afraid, like, damn, I don't find no damn fault in him. And now y'all saying he said he the son of God? This nigga might really be the son of God. You understand? I don't want nothing to do with this. You understand? And furthermore, these these Israelites that wanted Christ dead, they didn't want Christ dead because he made himself the son of God. No, they wanted Christ dead because they didn't keep the law. They wanted Christ dead because they want to actually fulfill their lust in living in this Roman Empire and cutting corners as far as the Bible. You understand? They wanted to continue to oppress black people. You understand? They want to continue to take bribes. They want to continue to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and all of this filthy, wicked nonsense. You understand? And Christ was teaching against this. You understand? And understanding what going against this would do for them in the high places that they was in, they was like, nah, we gotta stop this nigga. He ain't finna keep trying to be radical and change the minds of the children of Israel when these goddamn Romans that put us in the seats that we in and we get to live deliciously above them. Now we gotta kill this nigga. We gotta go ahead and get him about the way. You understand? Verse 9. And went again into the judgment hall and saith unto Yahushua, whence out art thou? But Yahushua gave him no answer. Then saith Pilate unto him, speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee? Man, he asked Christ. He got so scared he went to go ask Christ, like, bro, is you the son of God? Like, is you the Christ? Is you really him? Christ ain't say nothing to him. He like, man, I ain't talking to this nigga, man. It is what it is. He like, so you really not gonna say nothing to me when I got the power to have you killed or the power to release you? Like, are you stupid? This basically, this Pilate is getting at our King Yahushua Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Christ. You understand? Verse 11. Yahushua answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin. You understand? He said, look, you can't have no power over me unless God gave it to you. You understand? The one that delivered me to you, he got the greatest sin. You understand? The greater sin, right? Verse 12. And from thenceforth, Pilate sought to release him, but the Jews cried out, saying, if thou let this man go, thou art not Caesar's friend. Whosoever maketh himself a king speaketh against Caesar. So they get at him like, man, look, if you let this dude go, bro, you ain't cool with Caesar. See, Caesar, you're not loyal to Caesar. You understand? Because he made himself a king, and that's totally against Caesar. Because Caesar's the king around here. You understand? Verse 13. When Pilate therefore heard their saying, he brought Yahushua forth and sat down in the judgment seat in a place that is called the pavement, but in Hebrew, Gabbatha. And it was the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour, and he said unto the Jews, behold, your king. But they cried out, away with him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, we have no king but Caesar. You understand? This is the mind frame of Christianity. This is the mind frame of a black, Latino, or Native American Indian police officer, or a judge, you understand, or a district attorney. Christ is not their king. They don't want Christ to be their king. Caesar's their king, meaning we are part of this Roman Empire. We don't give a damn what this nigga talking about. Go ahead and kill him. You understand? We have no king but Caesar, meaning we don't want Christ to rule over us. Now we don't want to keep beards on our faces and not eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We don't want to do none of that wicked nonsense. You understand? Because that's wicked according to Roman law. You understand? All of this radical black man stuff that this nigga talking about, nah, man, we need to go ahead and get him about the way because he causing confusion with our way of life. You understand? They was totally engulfed in Roman culture. You understand? They said we ain't got no king but Caesar. They didn't want Christ to be king over them. They wanted the white man to be king over them. You understand? They don't want a black man to rule over the children of Israel. They want Joe Biden and Donald Trump to rule over the children of Israel. That's the same spirit of these goddamn niggas today. You understand? The same spirit of a black police chief, a black police officer. You understand? A black judge or a black mayor. They want Caucasians to rule over them. You understand? They don't want no nigga telling them that they need to change their ways of living. They don't want no nigga telling them that you shouldn't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and you can't throw away your wife and you can't sleep with white women. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear we can do whatever the hell we want to in this empire because my slave master allowed me to do this and get paid for it. You understand? That's what they wanted. That's the spirit of Christianity. You understand? We go back to the Apocrypha. Uh, First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. You understand? These wicked men want to make the covenants with the heathens. You understand? Wicked men want to be police officers. You understand? Not righteous men. Wicked men want to own weed shops and cannabis clubs. You understand? Matam Yah, hey, Most High in Christ, Matam Yah. Nothing new under the sun. Everything makes sense now, man. Hey, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Matam Yah. I definitely appreciate that you getting this. You understand? Because it's brothers like you that chose to actually grab hold to the book of life, come in here and actually do what you're supposed to do to uphold your oath as a brother that's supposed to lead the children of Israel. So Barakatah Yahweh Shah for you, Matam Yah, you understand? Because in this work, brothers like you are pivotal in pushing this thing forward and getting us out of hell and entering into Christ's kingdom. You understand? So Most High Christ, you understand? So these wicked brothers, they wanted to be just like the heathen. They said, look, we need to come together with them because since we departed from them, we had much sorrow. You understand? What's the sorrow? The sorrow is they can't sleep with white women. The sorrow is they want to be able to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and be accepted by these goddamn Greeks. You understand? That was the sorrow that they was experiencing. You understand? Reading on. Verse 12. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. You understand? So, Most High Christ, excuse me, throughout the sis, definitely appreciate it. So these brothers, they were so forward. You understand? Being they mind was so made up and wanted to be just like these heathens and making a covenant with these heathens that they went to the king to get them a license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. This is exactly what these 5 black police officers did. They loved America so goddamn much that they went to go apply for a job as a police officer and get a license to be able to beat the hell out of black men, plant drugs on you, rob you, you understand, put you in jail on trumped up charges and do whatever the hell that they wanted to do to you. You understand? That's what brothers was doing in Greece. You understand? When Alexander the Greek took over the goddamn world with his war tactics and him being the great conqueror, as they called him, you had niggas in the Greek Empire, you understand, that was becoming police officers and killing black people exactly how they was doing today. You understand? You had brothers that was actually forsaking their own ways of life to actually come together with their oppressor to help further the oppression of black people in order for them to get a piece of the pie. This always goes on throughout history. You understand? Salakia. Reading on. Verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. You understand? This place of exercise, this will be known as a gymnasium. Back then, you understand, you used to be able to walk around the gymnasium butt naked. You understand? Because that was Greek culture. You understand? And this is when you look at the Olympics today, this is why when you look at most of the sports in the Olympics, that we see today. They got skimpy clothes that they put on the people that's participating in these Olympic Games because this is Greek customs. Back then, in the original Greek Empire, these people would be walking around full on butt naked. You understand? Verse 15, and made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief. That's what's going on in the police department. You understand? They forsook their own heritage. They forsook the holy covenant and made themselves spiritually uncircumcised. You understand? And they start doing exactly what these heathens do. You understand? The scriptures tell us that we're supposed to love our neighbor as ourselves. Nah, these five brothers right here, they grabbed hold on to the Constitution. They grabbed hold on the way of life in America. You understand? So instead of loving their neighbor as they love themselves, they gonna beat the hell out of you just like your slave master would do because they got a license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. You understand what I'm saying? And in turn, this is what happened to black people back during the time of Greece. I'm gonna jump down First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 6. This is Mattathias speaking. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, woe is me, wherefore was I born to see the misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there when it was delivered into the hand of the enemies, and the sanctuary into the hand of the strangers. You know what I'm saying? Mattathias seeing how much destroyed his people was. Because First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. You understand? Uh, uh, these brothers coming together and wanting to be like these heathens is what destroyed Jerusalem and Judah at that time. You understand? It's what got us murdered unjustly. It's what got drugs pushed in our communities. When you get traitors that trade on the children of Israel and go allow the oppressor to keep oppressing us and aid him in it, assist him in it, then the children of Israel get destroyed. You understand? Salakia. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, our infants are being slain in the streets. The young man by the swords and the enemies. This abortion clinics. This is black unarmed black men being murdered in the streets of America. Well, they was doing this in Greece. They did this in the Roman Empire. Like you said, Madam Yad, it ain't nothing new under the sun. You understand? And this is what goes on when you choose to marry unto your oppressor spiritually and physically. You understand? So, Lakia, I need a breakdown on Mark chapter 14 and verse 44. Okay, Kyle, let me see. I'm gonna get to it real quick. I'm gonna see if I can break it down. If I can't, Madam Yad, I'm gonna call you tonight if to get the proper breakdown. Get the proper breakdown. If I can't give it to you right now. Okay, you said. Oh, you said that kiss part. Okay, I'm gonna read it to you. I'm gonna read it. I got you. What's wrong? This is the book of Mark, chapter 14, and verse 44. And he that betrayed him had given them a token, saying, whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he. Take him and lead him away safely. All right, Matam Yah, Most High Christ, I got you on this one, right? So when you look at, I'm gonna use the Italian mafia as an example, right? The Italians, right? They are Catholics. You understand? And when they read these scriptures, they read this scripture from the perspective of a white man, which white man didn't write this book. You understand? Black man wrote this book. So when Judas went to go serve Christ up on a silver platter to the Romans, you understand? That word kiss, this is not talking about a smooch. You understand? Because that this is not talking about him kissing him on the cheek, how the Italian mob do. You understand? That's not how we get down. You understand? This kiss is talking about salute. Just like, of course, in this society that we live in, the word kiss is looked at as you putting your lips on somebody. But back then, this was talking about a salute. Like how when I see you, Matamiyah, Yabashimi al Shabrakata, you know what I'm saying? Brothers hug, tap each other on each shoulder. You understand? That's the kiss that he was talking about. That kiss was a salute. Salaki. Matter of fact, let me grab this other phone like a barak. Yeah, Khan, Matamiyah. Let me see if I can grab this other phone so I can get this definition for you. Salaki, give me 1 second. Alina, are you using the phone? Give it to you. Are they using the phone? Where is it? Okay. Coming right now. Coming right now. Alina, hurry up, please. Salaki, about them, y'all. I'm finna see if I can find that definition for you right now. Yeah, kind, Madam Yard. Niggas definitely don't kiss. You understand? Of course, you gonna kiss your rib, kiss your children, and all that shit. But yeah, that's not our custom. That's how Romans. That's how Romans get down. You understand? That's how the Italian mob get down. They kiss each other on the cheek. You understand? That's not how we get down at all. Okay, give me a second. Okay, this is the Merriam-Webster's dictionary for this is the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of kiss. To touch, it says to touch someone or something. It says with the lips, especially as a mark of affection or greeting. So like it ain't that's not the that ain't the one I was looking for. Let me see. Okay. Kiss of a ball lightly touch another ball in passing. So, like, I give you another example, right? In Oakland, right? I'm from an era of we got something called side shows in Oakland. You understand? When I was in the world, I used to be at those a lot of times. Mazam Yad, I know you know about sideshows, right? Brothers, the culture in Oakland is driving fast and driving crazy. You understand? So you could be driving up the street and it's kind of stupid, of course, me being older now, but brothers would to show how much handles you got in the car, what brothers would do we'd come hella close to a car and get away from the car hella quick. Now, the term that a brother would use for that would be, oh yeah, I was driving up the street, you know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing in the whip. I was kissing shit in that motherfucker. You feel me? You're not literally kissing stuff with the car. You understand? It's a metaphor. You understand? Meaning you coming real close and you damn near touching it and you getting up out of there. You understand what I'm saying? But this kiss in Mark the 14th chapter, this is not talking about Christ smooching Judas or no gay homosexual stuff like that. You understand? This is talking about, hey, y'all Bashem El Shabrakatah. Of course, he not gonna salute Christ in Christ's name. So it'll be like, hey, Shalom, how you doing, brother? You understand? Or, hey, Shalom. You know what I'm saying? May the Lord be with you. So forth and so on. You understand? But that kiss is talking about, brothers, how we salute each other in the school. Of course, we not gonna say, oh yeah, man, I just seen my brother, I ain't seen him in a long time. You know what I'm saying? I walked up to him and we kissed. Now that's not how we gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? Of course, this Bible is written in Old English. You understand? Salaki, let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I could find the old English definition. The word kiss comes from the Old English verb system, which means touch with the lips. It is used to describe the way in which two people greet each other affectionately by touching the lips. Comes from sometime in the 1300s. So that word kiss being described as people touching their lips with each other, that comes from the 1300s. You understand? Prior to that, kiss that was not what you would call a kiss. You understand? Prior to the 1300s, kiss is basically saluting a brother. You understand? Or you know, dapping a brother up, so forth and so on. You understand? But this is not talking about lips touching lips. You understand? A smooch is what people think of a kiss is in this Bible. You understand? And understanding the ways of Christianity and not understanding the truth of the Bible, not understanding that the Lord is a man of war, not understanding that God is a very masculine being. You understand? Not understanding that homosexuality is against these scriptures. You understand? Because the Christian church allows homosexuals in the church. This is where a lot of people get this scripture misconstrued about this kiss. But that kiss is simply a hey Yabba Shem Al Shabrakatah. You understand? Just how brothers do and I should be K all damn day, every day. And we don't kiss niggas never. That's not gonna happen. That's pause and all of that type of stuff. You understand? But that's not talking about smooching brothers or kissing brothers on the cheek. That's what the Romans do. That's what Italians do. Our ways are not like the oppressors' ways. You understand? Our ways are not like the oppressors' ways. Kiss the son lest he become angry. Yeah, I just told you, 1968. You understand? That kiss is not talking about a smooch. You understand? This is talking about salute your son. You understand? Or salute a younger brother that's up under you. You understand? And acknowledge the brother. You understand? With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and rock a thigh to you for tapping in the water. Uh, Sister S. Ross, Yahweh Shemal Thunba Shemal Shah, the water for tapping in. Hollywood Israelites, Yahweh Shemal Shah Brakathum. You understand? I definitely appreciate all the feedback, the questions. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night with myself, Priest Officer of 500, Quran Yala, for the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Wednesday night, we got another amazing Wednesday night law class with Officer of 1,000, not the Zob, you understand? Lord willing, we gonna get y'all another episode of Dropping Jewels Wednesday night. You understand? Another once again, Passover is coming up April 1st. You understand? Raleigh, North Carolina. Make sure y'all be out there. You understand? It's required by the Lord for you to come to this Passover. You understand? And, you know, with that being said, shalom, Israel.